Hey everybody, welcome back. Alright, so in this lesson you're going to be creating a bit of rhythm for your track. So let's funk this thing up. So first off, let's add some more drum parts, and then we're going to get a bit creative and edit a couple of loops to sort of suit the track. So this is going to be a house beat, and one of the things that defines a house beat is the offbeat hat. So let's add that in. So again, navigate to the media tab in the right hand zone. And in our work files in the audio folder, we're going to find closed hat 08. Right click it and click create sampler track. So just to make this a little bit easier, what I'm going to do is actually copy the MIDI from the kick. So I'm just going to hold down Alt or Option and just click and drag the kick down. Now, of course, it's still named kick, so I'm just going to quickly name this, just call it closed hat. Hold Shift and Enter just to rename the MIDI segment as well. Now at the moment when I play it, it's going to be playing exactly the same pattern as the kick. And it's a little bit too loud as well, so let's just turn that down a bit. But we want the hat to be playing on the off beat, not on the beat. So we're going to double click the MIDI to go into it. Let's just expand this a bit and zoom in. And then highlight all of our hats. And all we're going to do is just click on them and drag them a half beat to the side. And then we'll have something that sounds like this, which is much more housey sounding. So all I need to do now is just copy this closed hat for the rest of the track. Now, of course, I can press Control D on the keyboard or Command D on a Mac, or I can actually just grab this control point, which is the center one, and see my cursor turns to a finger tool. If I click and drag that to the right, you'll see that we just get duplicates of the closed hat MIDI segment. Okay, so it's starting to sound a bit more housey, which is great, but we still need a few other bits to add to our track. So let's get in a clap sample. So again, in our work files, let's go down and find snare 12. Again, I'm going to right click and create sampler track. And once again as well, although let's start by turning this down a bit because we know that's what we're going to have to do a bit. We're going to copy the kick MIDI over again by holding Alt or Option on the Mac and dragging the kick over. I'm just going to rename this again. Let's just call it snare 1. Hold Shift and Enter. And we're going to edit this MIDI because basically in house music, the snare always falls on the second and fourth beat. So let's just go into that. So we've got our bar here and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 beats. So we don't want a snare on the first beat. We can delete that. We want one on the second one. We don't want one on the third, so we can delete that. And we do want one on the fourth, which will give us something like this. So again, I can just click the center control point on the right hand side and just drag that out. And there we go, we've got a full row of snares as well. So it's definitely starting to get there, but we just want to beef up this snare a little bit. It's not a bad snare, but it's not exactly perfect. And we could perhaps try a completely different snare sound, but what I want to do is actually layer this up with another snare or clap sound to get something that sounds a bit more unique and also a bit fuller as well. So we're going to do this in a slightly different way. As the snare is already set up nicely, we'll just right click the channel with the snare highlighted, right click it and go duplicate track. And right away, I'm just going to relabel this snare 2. Hold Shift and hit Enter. And now with the sampler control window open, what I can actually do is just simply drag in another snare. So let's just drag in Super Snare 06 and just drop it in there, and it's automatically replaced it. So now when I play the track, you'll hear that snare playing. Very cool and easy. So I'm just going to turn that down a little bit. It's just a little bit too loud. And if I don't like it, I can just swap that out with another snare instead. But I do like it, so I'm going to drop that back in. So we are starting to get there. It's definitely sounding a bit more housey, but we could do with really funking this up a little bit. So now we're going to get creative and chop up some loops. So in the work files, if I scroll down a bit, you'll see we've got a couple of top loops there, top loop 03 and top loop 20. Now with loops, I can actually audition these as the track is playing, but first of all, I need to click this little button down here, Align Beats to Project. And now if I play the track and then click the loop, you'll hear that it's going to play at the same time, and it'll also be in time. So it's a nice easy way of auditioning loops in your project. Just make sure you got that align beats to project, otherwise it's going to be all out of time. So we got top loop 03, and I quite like a couple of sounds in there. I don't like all of it. I like sort of the beginning and perhaps the end. So let's just drag this into our project, just into a blank space, and it'll automatically create a sampler track once I click OK. And let's just zoom in a little bit. And you can also make the track bigger either by clicking and dragging at the bottom and expanding, or you can actually hit Z to make this full height. And you can hit Z again to reset that. So like I mentioned, I only really want the first sort of hit here and the last hit. So I need to cut these out. So I've got a couple of options to be able to do that. I can hold either the Alt or Option key on the keyboard, and you can see that we've got this split tool. It looks like a pair of scissors, and I can use that and just click where I want to split. So now you can see we've got those two separated, or I can right click and select the split tool from the toolbar menu, or of course it's up here in the project window as well. And I want to just separate off this last half a beat of the loop. Now I don't want that middle bit, so I can just highlight it and delete it, and we're left with our two little bits here. Now one thing that we need to do when we're sort of editing loops, and this is very important, we need to actually use the envelope fades to make sure that we don't get any nasty sort of clicks or pops as this is playing back. So highlight both of them, and then we're going to zoom right into one of these, and I'm just going to drag in the top left corner here. This is the envelope, and you can see as I drag that in, it changes the volume fade in, and I want a really small fade to start off with, and then a really small fade at the end as well. And this is just going to stop any nasty clicks or pops from happening. And with both of those selected, it means I've affected both. And we've also got an envelope on the second bit of audio as well. So just note that you're going to be learning all about how to mix later in the tutorial and how to do it without messing up your track. But of course, we need to get all the content into our project first before we can actually start mixing it. So let's get in some more drums. Let's do this with another loop. So let's minimize this loop and let's bring in top loop 20. I'm going to drag that in again to an empty space in the project. Click OK. And I'm just going to solo this, so you can solo the track by hitting the S on the channel controls. And all I like about this loop really is that first hit. So again, I'm going to select my split tool, and I'm just going to cut that off there and delete the rest of the loop. And I'm going to fade out the sample. Now all we've got to do is position these little chops that we've made. So I actually want this particular chop to stay exactly where it is. I quite like it there. But these two, I think, could really do with being sort of on the offbeat. So let's just drag these across. I'm also going to put them on one audio track because we don't really need to have them on two separate audio tracks. And let's just turn that down a bit. And that sounds quite cool, so we don't need this audio track anymore. So let's just select it and right click to remove selected tracks. And as you can hear, it just sort of funks up this sort of house beat a bit, which is quite nice. So let's zoom out because we need to copy it across the entire loop region. Now, if I copy it as it is, it's going to snap to the grid lines, which is not what we want because we can see that clearly this doesn't actually start on the grid line, it starts on the offbeat. So if I copy that across, you can see it actually snaps to the grid, which means that it's now in the wrong position. So if I undo that, what I can do is change this up here from grid to grid relative, which means that now when I copy it across or move it, it's going to keep it in the same relative position. So Alt or Option to copy, click and drag, and you can see there that it's kept it in the right place. And I can just do that again, highlight it all and drag it all across, keeping it all in the same position that we started off with. So there we go, we're starting to get somewhere. Now I'm just going to change that back to grid. And we're almost done, but there's just a couple of things to sort of really finish off this beat, and then we'll get to applying some effects to these sounds to sort of make them sit in our mix a little bit better. And now that we know what we're doing, this little section is going to be super quick to do. So I'm just going to zoom in a bit overall to this track, so you can do that using the vertical slider over here, just using a mouse wheel, just make these a bit more visible. And as I say, we're just going to flesh this out a bit. So I want to add in another hat. So at the moment we've got a small, very short closed hat as it's known, and I want to add a bigger open hat. So let's just duplicate our closed hat sample and rename this right away. Let's just delete the D and call this open hat. hold Shift and Enter. And in the work files, let's find Open Hat 10. There we go. And we're just going to drag that onto the sampler control window. Let's just play that. And you can hear it's just a much sort of bigger, more open hat. So that was nice and easy. Now we're going to do the same thing with the snare as well. We're going to have one more snare. Now bear in mind that this open hat and the snare that we're adding, they're only going to come in certain sections of our track. We're not going to have them playing all the time. And this just gives us sort of more content to play around with as we're actually arranging our track. So let's right click and duplicate that as well. And I want to find Super Snare 09. This one, drag that onto the sampler control, and again we've replaced that now. So I'll just play that. And the whole thing is starting to sound much fuller, which is really nice. And just quickly rename this. Let's call this Snare 3. Nice and original. Hold Shift and hit Enter. And there we go. And last but not least, let's go and save our project. So that's it for this lesson. In the next lesson, we'll make this all sound a bit better and add some plugin effects like reverb, delay, and some other things. If this was helpful to you, please do like and subscribe and hit the alert button for more tutorials which we release on a weekly basis. Thanks for watching, guys and girls. I'll see you in the next one.